Hey friends of the interwebs, Matt the StarCraft here, and I want to, before you start checking this game out, I do want to note that these games are not best of 5 like I did announce in this cast. The reason for this is because they actually posted 2 separate series under one series from the website I went. So these are going to be a couple of random games. They are the same players. They are in a couple of best of 3 series. And the grand final game you can see be casted by Day9 himself along with DJ Wait. They are great casters. I'm not going to overcast them. I'm not going to go cast that grand final game because no one could do it better than them. So go check that out if you check out these 4 games. The grand final is between IMNestea and IMMVP. IMMVP got dominated and then came back from the winner's bracket. Came back and got put back into the winner's bracket, and he and Nestea duked it out for the grand final of $50,000. So go check out that grand final game after you check out these 4 games. I'm very sorry about that. I will see you guys in a few seconds. Hello friends of the interwebs, Matt the StarCraft here, and welcome to another Pro SC2 cast. And today I have a special treat for you. This set of games went up. Sorry, a little mix-up of words there. These set of games went up an hour ago as of this recording. These are straight from BLIZZCON, and the 2 Tier 1 players in the Korean scene. This is going to be IMMVP spawning as a blue Terran in the bottom right hand corner on Antigua Shipyards. And the top left is going to be IMNestea, 2 clanmates duking it out for BLIZZCON, glory, money, fame, fortune, and all the beautiful women that you could possibly ask for. It's always sad to see 2 clanmates go against each other, but they know each other's play style. So since they know each other's play style, you're going to be seeing them hopefully some creative builds. They both know each other's strengths and weaknesses. It's going to be a best of 5, so expect a great show. And I'm super excited to be casting this. So excited. And immediately, I'm getting these games up really quickly because my last set of games, Fruit Dealer and Ghost Who's Gator, they were phenomenal games. But the problem is I was so god dang tired. I sounded like I was a noob. I didn't know what I was talking about. I think in the first cast I forgot the word sentry, which is so pathetic, as you all know. I even got a comment on SC2 cast that this caster doesn't know what he's talking about. And you know, I can't blame him. I sounded like I had no idea what I was talking about. So I feel like I needed to get games up there to just make up for the terrible games that I had up previously. So this best of 5 is going to be for you, my fellow fans. I'm super excited. These players so good, and we'll see what happens. We do have, it looks like Nestea is going to go for the early expand, which is so strong on this map. It's such a big map. The natural is so easy to grab, relatively easy to defend. The choke is a bit big, but there's a good enough distance here. Can buy some time. A few spine crawlers right up the front, maybe even a spore crawler if you're worrying about something cloaked coming in. Can absolutely buy you time to build the army you need. So, for fast expand build is very strong, especially since they are spawning cross positions. It's going to be extremely helpful for both for our Zerg players. So we'll see if that ends up benefiting him. I'm curious to see what kind of opening we'll be seeing from MVP. If we'll be seeing that very powerful 1-1-1 opening. And I hope you guys all did catch up on the news from BLIZZCON. I will be putting up a video, I believe, on my thoughts of the new Zerg, Terran, and Protoss units. I really like what they've done. I have a few niggling little worries about some of the units, but again, they're not completely 100% finalized, and again, I'll worry about that when I get the video up. But overall, I'm very happy with BLIZZCON. Blizzard puts on great shows. They always can give the fans what they want, know what they want, and always service them. And you know you're good if you service your fans. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So we'll be seeing what happens here. We do have that the typical, like I said, 15 hatch dropping, followed by the spawning pool and gas, just to allow that normal build. Very standard for a large map on the Zerg. Again, both queens are going to be coming out at the exact same time, or approximately the same time, which is what you want to see with an early expand. Getting both queens up will allow for that extra larva and extra creep spread. With that creep spread, sometimes you'll see what happens is they'll plop the main queen will actually come over here and put a creep tumor, or the natural queen. Sometimes they won't even spew larva on both of them, just because sometimes the economy can't support it. But it looks like he is going to be spewing larva just to get that extra larva. Larva, in a lot of people's eyes, is a second resource for I should say the 4th resource, not a second resource for the Zerg. And in a lot of ways, they're correct. You really do need to manage your larva. If you have too much larva, not enough minerals, that could be creep, and that could have been creep spread instead of just extra larva sitting around. You don't want to have all that larva just doing nothing. It's pretty much, again, wasted resource. It's energy from your queen that could have been done on spreading creep or transfusing, say a big battle comes around. It does look like we actually have a Hellion opener coming out of IMMVP. I have to take a look at his base, see what's going on. It looks like he's going to be doing a Rax factory into early expand. I like this. He probably built this reactor on the barracks right when it popped open. Now we're going to be switching out, going right over to the tech lab. If he continues to build Hellions, this will be the Infernal Pre-Igniter, and he missed, barely missing that attachment. That's going to cost him a few precious seconds, and he is going to be going for that Infernal Pre-Igniter. Getting these Hellions, they look like they did pop up just for a second, but the Spine Crawler probably warded them away, but he's going to be going in once he has a few more Hellions, which are on the way right now. So going in, well, I wouldn't be surprised to see him push with all 4 of these Hellions into the base and try to do some economic damage. I'm really curious to see what he's going to do with this. Is it going to be a one-time thing? A lot of times you'll see Hellions be a whole game long, and he's got to watch out. Isn't going to wait for that Infernal Pre-Igniter. Wants to strike while the iron is hot. Doesn't want the enemy to get out of control with any Zerglings. And since he did poke up there, and the Zerg did see them, definitely did not want to wait for that Infernal Pre-Igniter because the Zergling numbers would be too great. Did not get any worker kills, I do believe. Well, I think he has 4 worker kills. So it did get a few worker kills rather, but nothing significant. But as you can see in the top, he is still producing Hellions. Since he is going for that Infernal Pre-Igniter, he definitely wants to use that and not have that used as wasted resources. And we do have a macro hatch going down as well for IMNestea. I like that at this point in the game. Your minerals and your gas are going to start getting a little high as Zerg. You're not going to have the queens necessary to produce that extra larva that you need. So you're going to be dropping a macro hatch, and the placement's actually nice. I like the placement. You can use this as like a wall off, allow kind of choking units around the edge, allowing you to focus them down with Zerglings or whatever, what have you, depending on whatever build you're going for. And it's going to give him, like I said, the extra larva count that he needs. We do have the Zerglings poking around, just checking to see what he is going to be producing, and he is going to see more Hellions, and now Blue Flame Hellions going to be heading straight for the base. So now he needs to watch out. He knows they're coming. There's about 5 of them. So definitely needs to watch out. Make sure he has the reaction time to get his workers out of there if he's able to sneak on by. We'll see if it happens. The one Spine Crawler not going to be able to kill off anything. The Queen should be enough. He knows they're there. He needs to watch out. He's going to line them up. Line them up. That's a lot of damage. Oh, and he's going to try and use his workers to attack. That's exactly what IMMVP wants. He wants them all there because he just wants to destroy the economy since his expansion was late because he decided to do early pressure. And ow, he killed so many workers. 24 workers killed for MVP. These are some of the most cost-effective Hellions I've ever seen, even though the Blue Flame buff was nerfed just a bit. As you can see, still extremely effective and definitely worth it. IMNestea deciding, I'm curious, to use those workers to try and block off those Hellions so the Queens could get to them, but was it worth the sacrifice? If we take a look at the unit counting station, he is now about even with the Terran, and that's not where you want to be. At this point, IMNestea definitely wants to have more workers. He wants to be going for his 3rd, but now, because he's lost so many workers, he can't go for his 3rd. He needs to re-drone up. And now that he's re-droning up, it looks like it was going to be another Hellion drop up in the main, pulling more workers to try and block him off. This time not pulling all of them. Is going to lose a few more workers there, though, up to the nice even number of 30. And even though he just re-droned up to catch up, now he has officially fallen behind in the drone count. And if you take a look, MVP still getting ready to push out with the aggression. 5 more Hellions going to be relentless harassment style from MVP. I like to see this. The Blue Flame Hellions are still extremely effective. And, you know, why does he keep sending Hellions in? Why does he keep sending Hellions in? He's losing them. He's killing them. But the reason he's doing this is, as any good StarCraft player, even mediocre StarCraft player would know, is that he's getting so many worker kills, he's preventing IMNestea from expanding to a 3rd. He's preventing him from building an army because he constantly needs to re-drone up, because if he doesn't re-drone up, he needs to all in. And knowing IMNestea and the size of this map and the way he plays, he does not want to all in. He's not in the position to all in. If he all in, he's going to lose. So not all-inning at all. And if you can see now, he's actually got a Viking out, and only 1 Viking. The reason for this is just purely air control, map control, air control. Pick off straggling overlords, try to supply block him, and this is just not looking good for IMNestea. He's losing a lot of workers, losing a lot of overlords. It looks like he's going to lose this one as well. Zerglings can't do much about it. And because of that, IMNestea is constantly on the back foot. He does have mutas out, but now you can see he is supply blocked. He's going to be popping out more drones, more overlords, trying to make sure that doesn't happen. He is going to kill off this Viking, but wouldn't be surprised if we see another Viking or 2 up on the production tab, which we do. And now we have a huge chunk of Hellions sweeping in here again. Luckily, he did react in time to pull them out of there, going to hopefully minimize the losses. The Queen was blocking a few of those drones from getting away. Is he going to be able to get the kill? It looks like he will. be able to kill these guys off at the very least. There goes 2 of them, but he has them all sitting there idle. MVP needs to turn around and kill all of these if he's just needs to punish him for being kind of lackluster and lazy with his drone placement. IMNestea, you are disappointing me as a Zerg player, lining them up so perfectly. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing the units, the workers killed in this particular matchup. 55 workers killed. IMNestea reacting so poorly. I'm curious why. Maybe he just isn't expecting this huge amount of Hellion play, and all the while, he did drop 2 armories somewhere around here. I did see them in production tab. We do have a third command center dropped here. This is one of the armories, so Thor's a definite. Upgrades are going down for vehicles, so he is going to continue with the heavy mech build, and now he can't even pick off all those SCVs because this Thor has popped out, and that's enough to ward away these Mutalisks who are not upgraded, can't be upgraded right now, because the economy for IMNestea is so poor. Just now getting his third at the 13, almost 14 minute mark. It's extremely late for his Zerg. His economy is just in shambles, and his supply count is just about even with MVP. And at this point, as you know, any Zerg player needs to be up on 1 base to his opponent. 2 Thors dropping out. Looks like we are going to be going Thor, Siege Tank, Hellion. Ooh, that's an interesting combination. Thors can easily deal with any air. You know, Hellions and Siege Tanks easily deal with the heavy Zergling ground forces. It does look like we are transitioning to Roaches for our companion here, for IMNestea, our Zerg hero. The Roaches are going to be useful against the Hellions, no doubt. Thor's Siege Tanks, primarily the Siege Tanks, will take care of any Roaches pretty much all the way through. So he's going to see the Thors going down. Not going to worry about it because it's still being hatched. It's not even up yet. Knows is going to be there. Knows that the transfer will probably come at some point very shortly. He did see that it is almost finished. And IMNestea just stuck playing catch-up the rest of this game so far. Really isn't being allowed to do anything. The contain is phenomenal from MVP. The workers killed is insane. Think about it, if he had extra 55 workers, where IMNestea would be right now. If he had not lost, even you cut that in half, if he had, say, only lost 20 to 25 workers, what kind of position IMNestea would be in right now? Really, so far the mistakes have come just from the mispositioning of his drones. The worker placement has been extremely poor. The reaction time, extremely poor. I'm not sure why. He did see, the first time those Hellions came around, he did see them coming. The second time those Hellions came around, the Zerglings caught them in the middle of the map, knew they were coming, still did not prepare for it, was not ready for it, or just poorly prepared for it. So these Mutalisks are going to catch these Hellions out of place, which is good for IMNestea. Going to attempt to pick them off, at least whatever he can, maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 of them off, but now they are going to run off to the protection of 4 Thors, bunch of Siege Tanks, and even pulling SCVs off the line because he knows he can afford it to keep them repaired. Going to come up to the creep, and don't be surprised to see Siege Tanks hitting him right around here. This is an excellent position for the Siege Tanks, right around this little hole, because he's going to have the third in a place where he cannot go and defend it. Going to completely choke it out, and there it is. Going to completely choke out the third. Any reinforcements that attempt to go to the third are going to be hit by Siege Tanks, blowing off all of the spine crawlers that can't even do much. The Thors are going to take care of any air defense, and these Roaches, though they're upgraded 2-2, 1-2 rather, they are 2-2 is on the way. The upgrades for these guys, think about it. He put minerals into upgrades. So now that the upgrades have been, the minerals and resources have been put in the upgrades, his army is going to be extremely smaller. And for the economy hit he has taken, completely not worth it. He's not going to have the army to deal with this. And I like what MVP is doing. He's just choking out the third, going to kill off all of the workers here. Taking a look at the worker count, going up into 75, 76 workers killed. Taking out the weak part. I'm just going to take out all these Roaches. They are going to get some damage done, but honestly, the macro of MVP is going to allow him to have some massive support and coming up to this third over here. And again, like I said, choking it out. Now, what I like to see, and I hope he does, is come up to this third and finish it off. Finish the weak point. You want to strike the weak. A lot of time, you players, especially lower league players, they don't think about this. They let the third go, let it continue mining minerals, and go straight for the main. And a lot of time they can be spell your doom because this is still mining minerals, it's still providing economy. Taking this out, especially against a Zerg, is less larva, less economy, less minerals, less gas. And doing that, you just want to pick off the weak parts of pick off the limbs before you take off the head, weaken it up, make them feel it, and then finish them off. And as you can see, it looks like that's what he's doing. He's just going to defend it, and I do like the fact that he's dropping missile turrets, preventing any Mutalisks if you could from attack. If you can see, you can't really 1A into it because the Roaches are going to go for the buildings before they go for anything else, unless they get attacked. And there goes the hatchery, and all these drones are pretty much done for. I'm actually curious to see what's going to happen here. And there is the GG from IMNestea. So that is going to game 1. I hope this is a lot better than my last cast, guys. I'm feeling a lot better today. I'll see you guys in game 2. I'll see you there. I'm super excited.